executive workers. It is my pleasure this evening to welcome our noble Vice President and the flag bearer of the NPP party into our midst here today. Ladies and gentlemen, not too long ago, the Vice President visited the Regional House of Chiefs here in Dodowa, and we witnessed some amazing things that has ever happened to us in the history of the Regional House. His Excellency the Vice President made a seed donation towards the reconstruction of a modern facility for the Regional House of Chiefs Youth Accra. His Excellency also made a donation of a Toyota civilian bus for the Regional House of Chiefs. Your Excellency, permit me to also thank your government for the speedy work of the Adenta Dodowa Road expansion, which is currently ongoing. I must be honest with you that the people of the Shai Osudoku Traditional area are so proud of your government, and we now feel that we are also part of the national cake. Your Excellency, not too long ago, the world slowly became, Your Excellency, not too long ago, we experienced COVID-19, which slowly became the most infectious disease in the world, ever that took over lives of about 7,010,681 people across the globe. It was the most toughest period experienced by all living beings in the world. But your excellent and experienced leadership made Ghana one of the safest places in the world. Your Excellency, we have heard a lot of promises from previous governments and other political parties. But to be honest, your government has stood tall among your competitors. Your Excellency, one of the amazing things that your government has introduced is the DRR, the District Road Improvement Program, which was launched on last Wednesday, the 31st of July 2024 by His Excellency Nana Odudapo Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana. We believe this is going to go a long way to improve rehabilitation of district and rural road networks. We say Ayiko to the NPP government and the President. Your Excellency, I wish to have said more, but let me end here by echoing the situation that we are currently facing at the Dodowa front. Your Excellency, unfortunately, we've had issues with traditional boundaries with our next neighbors, the people from the European range. Recently, we have been encroached, and as far as degrading the Dodowa front, we had the meetings with the regional minister. Currently, the Traditional Council is on its way to inform the regional minister of the final outcomes and the petition to enable the regional minister to take on the forest reserve as a security zone and to be protected for the future of the people of Shai and Osudoku. Your Excellency, I want to officially welcome you into the land of Dodowa and the Shai Osudoku situation. I will end here because I'm not alone on the table, and I'm sure that Nene and Nanane will have a little to say. Thank you very much and welcome to Dodowa.
Nene, and then Wamahem, yellow, is a chunk. There were flag barrier, net 2024, election on where let Wamaha, one of the people are young, Keba was set, when I come to my market, your ladies and gentlemen, because of time, we will quickly delve in to invite His Excellency, the hard-working man, the young and dynamic man, the man with the vision, the transformational leader for our country, Ghana, in the person of His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Mohammed Bawumia, running for the presidency in our country.
Thank you very much. Distinguished members of our delegation, I'd like to say good morning to all of you. I am here in my capacity as the presidential candidate for the new Patriotic Party for the 2024 general elections. And I am going around the country to make my case for why people should support my candidature for these elections. I believe that this particular election is a very important one for our country. I believe that we are really at a crossroads, and once we've gotten to these crossroads, we have a very important decision to make. Which way we go? And we keep going forward, or we want to go backwards? I think that is a major choice that as a country we are faced. The main choice that we have in this election is a choice of the two main parties, the NDC and the NPP. The NDC represented by the former president and the NPP represented by Dr. Bawumia. I believe many people were surprised that I became the presidential candidate for the NPP, because for many people there was this thinking that the NPP would not elect a non-Akan candidate to be the leader. They said it was not possible. But I said it is God who chooses leaders, and it is possible that I will be the leader. Against all the odds, I think that the party demonstrated that once you do your work well and you have contributed, you can be made a leader. And I think we were able to demonstrate that, and I came as the leader. So the choice is between me and former president. The good thing, in a sense, is that now people have seen both of us at work. The former president has been a former president. I mean, he's been president before, so he has a record. And I think that as we go into this particular election, we should not forget our records, because we are not coming to start again. I believe that if you look at his record, that record will tell you that during his term of office, we faced, even without the global economic challenges that we've had with COVID and so on, during his term, those global economic challenges did not exist. But still, there were many challenges that we faced as a country, So he ended up having to abolish teacher training allowances, having to abolish nursing training allowances. Chalk in school was a problem. So for 5 years, we went through Dumso as a country with its attendant impact on employment and so on. Unemployment was so high. He told us he was not a magician to create employment. And so, because of all of that, we ended up voting him out of office in 2016. And he came back in 2020. We hadn't forgotten. We voted him out again. And he's come back in 2024. And I hope we don't forget. And we vote him out again in 2024. I believe that Ghana needs to go forward. I think we need a fresh start. I have never been president before. I am asking for the opportunity to become president. He has been president before. So we've seen his performance as president. It is clear. I haven't been president before, but I've been vice president. And as vice president, many people, including my own boss, but many people in the country have said that if you look at the work of vice presidents in our history, Dr. Bawumia is one of the most effective vice presidents in our history. So if you look at it as an exam, it means I have passed the vice president exam. So it's time to be promoted to be president of the republic. So I have, contributed at least 33 policy initiatives as vice president without the authority, the ultimate authority that Article 58 gives the president. I don't have that authority, but as vice president, I've been able to put in a lot to help change the country. So we will, I believe that if you give me the opportunity to be president, I will do a lot more. I'll do a lot more. I'll do a lot more. So you will see, the things that we have been doing since we came into office. Free senior high school education has come to stay. If we had listened to the former president, we would never have done free cities. He said it was a 419 promise. If he had the money, he wouldn't do it. And he said it was a whimsical, promise by the president and all of that. But we didn't listen to him, and we did it. And we've done it. We've restored teacher training allowances, we've restored nursing training allowances, we've even brought free technical and vocational education on top of that. And for our senior high school students, we have now purchased tablets for all of them in the whole country. This economy could not afford chalk in Mohammed's time. We have bought tablets with textbooks all loaded on them for all senior high school students, and we are distributing them now. So it's a very big change that we are doing. So you see what we've done in some of the social interventions in terms of jobs. Even though we still have a lot to do, we've created more jobs than any other government in the Fourth Republic. 2.1 million jobs. More. So whereas my opponent was creating unemployment with do so, we are creating jobs. Even though we still have a lot to do. We've constructed more roads than any other government. In fact, the last government, we've done 3 times the roads that Mohammed's done. 3 times. 12,000 compared to 4,000 kilometers. 3 times. Even though it's still more to do, but it tells us that the road network is still so vast in the country. I'm very, very proud of the Adenta Dodowa Road, because I was personally involved in this road being constructed. You will recall when I went to China for the Sino-Hydro facility, Adenta Dodowa was one of the roads that we put in there. And I remember when we ran into challenges with the facility, Joy FM was always on my case, that where is the road and all of that. That I said, Sino-Hydro will do this road, but we have not yet done the road. But the road was so important to me. I eventually was able to get us as a country. We said if we were waiting for the road, it will take forever, but we needed to get this road done. So I was able to convince cabinet that we should get Adenta Dodowa done this year. And so we've gotten it done, and I'm very happy. As I'm coming in, I talk to the contractor regularly. He assures me that at least one side of the dual carriageway will be done by November. One side of the dual carriageway will be done by November and all of that. If you look at agricultural productivity, we've done more in 10 years. We've produced more in agriculture than the previous one. Clearly, you look at industrial productivity, we've done more. We look at hospitals and the health sector. What we've done is almost unprecedented. I was looking at the data last week. We've done 428 CHIPS compounds. We've completed 230 health centers, 40 hospitals. And that doesn't include Agenda 111, which is 111 hospitals that are also on board. A massive health sector. We brought in drones to help deliver medicines. We brought in one constituency, one ambulance to help the health sector. And the National Health Service today has been really strengthened. We have even added sickle cell hydroxyurea drugs, and then kidney dialysis, free kidney dialysis, also to National Health Service, and childhood cancer. So you see that we have strengthened the National Health Service as well. As for the education side, I've already talked about it. This is the government that has done so much in education. We've added STEM education and so on. And then when you come to digitalization of the economy, we are really up there, one of the best in Africa as far as digitalization is concerned. Today, we've issued 18 million Ghana cards. And even though many people don't appreciate it, it's going to be one of the most important investments as a country we have made. America has not yet gotten the Ghana card equivalent. UK has not yet gotten. They are now talking about it. But after the UK election, former Prime Minister Blair said his one advice to the new government is to issue the equivalent of the Ghana card to all UK citizens. But Ghana is already ahead. We have a digital address system. Everybody now virtually has a bank account because of mobile money interoperability. Most people don't even go to their banks anymore because your mobile account performs just like a bank account. You can receive money from abroad on it very easily. and all of that. The ports have been digitalized, the passport office, DVLA. We've got a lot of efficiency. And so we are doing things to help. Today, you don't need to go to the NHI office to renew your NHI membership. You sit in your bedroom, 2 minutes, 1 minute, you get it done. Today, we have digitalized all the patient data in all the teaching hospitals, all the regional hospitals, and all the district hospitals. Patient data is now digitalized, and we've networked all the hospitals of teaching, district, and region. So today, we refer you from Dodowa Hospital to Kolebu. You don't need a phone anymore. You don't need, you just need your ID. Get to Kolebu. You'll enter your ID, and all your data will be available for the doctors. From one to Konfanochi, the same thing. From anywhere, as long as it's a district. By next year, we'll have finished all the CHIPS compound. Everybody's data will be right there. And that really helps, because sometimes they take you into hospital and the doctors don't have your medical records. You have a problem. And so we are doing that. So for me, I want to continue building this new bank. I want to focus, by the grace of God, as president, on agriculture. I believe that this country, we need to support our farmers. That I don't think we can escape from. I want technology-driven agriculture. I want more support for the farmers, district mechanization centers to make sure they have access to agricultural machinery to do farming. It's very, 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 very important. It's going to be one of my major areas of focus, agriculture, to help, because at least 60% of our population is still into farming. So if you don't tackle farming, you are not tackling the economy. So we're going to tackle farming. I want to reduce the cost of power, electricity in our country, and access to it. Where we are going, every community must have access to electricity, but at an affordable price. So we are going to move Ghana away from oil and gas in generation of power to solar power, is where we can take Ghana. We take Ghana, I want to bring in 2,000 megawatts of solar power. We have already started the solar power investments with green power, but we want to really ramp it up to 2,000 megawatts, which is more than half our consumption. And that will bring down the cost of electricity by 50%. 50% reduction in the cost of electricity. And that is, I also want us to move to bring down the cost of public transportation. You know, we spend a lot on public transport. Public transport, again, the cost, if you look at how they calculate the cost, the two main factors are fuel and spare parts. I want to move Ghana away from fuel-dominated public transport to electric vehicles. We're moving Ghana to electric vehicles. We've done the numbers. If we put in electric vehicles, we are able to bring down the cost by about 40%, right, of trips across. So we are working very hard to even bring in the first electric buses this year. Before we are working very, very hard with the Ministry of Finance. We want to show people the concept. So for the first 100, we're going to run it in Accra, just to show people how electric vehicles bring down the cost of transport for our people. And so this is where Ghana ought to go to bring down the cost. I'm also going to change the tax system. The tax system creates a lot of problems between GRA and businesses and individuals. Thank you. Is the difference between Mohammed's Dumso and Akufo-Addo's Dumso. Ours is very short. So, the tax system, I want to move Ghana into two directions. I want to move Ghana to what we call a flat tax system. I took a team to Estonia to study their flat tax system. Estonia is the country with the best or the most competitive tax system in the world. There's a lot of compliance, but so I took a team to go and understand what they were doing. And they're doing a simple flat tax system. So it's like the way we pay our tithe in church. If it's 10%, it's 10% for everybody. Everybody can calculate it very easily. So you know that is your tax. And that is the end of the story. You and GRA don't have any problems. Everybody will know exactly what they are supposed to do. So that is a flat tax system. It will cover everybody. If you don't earn up to a certain amount, you will not pay any tax at all. But beyond a certain amount, you pay a flat rate. And then that will make sure there's no misunderstanding of how much I'm supposed to pay. If it's 10% and I earn 1,000, I have to pay 100. There's no issue. You don't need a tax accountant to go through all this stuff. But what is very, very important is that because there's been a lot of back and forth, disagreement and so on, I want us to all start on a clean slate from next year. So I am going to offer a tax amnesty to all businesses and all individuals so that your tax liability is wiped off clean and you and GRA no longer have any issues. We will start from ground zero next year and everybody who has a tax liability so that everybody then knows the way forward. What it should be going forward, that we will have a tax amnesty. When I went to visit the Pope, I met Cardinal Taxon, who took me around the Basilica. And then there were some people working, and I said, oh, what is going on here? I said, oh, next year is our Jubilee year. Jubilee year is the year of forgiveness. And so we are getting ready. And I said, oh, this is good because I'm also going to forgive taxes in Ghana next year. We are all in the Jubilee year. So that is one major reform I'm going to bring to our system in terms of that. I also want to focus on job creation. Job creation becomes critical. So we have systems for the youth to create jobs across different sectors, whether it's the creative arts, whether it's sports, pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, tourism, and the digital area. I want to train about 1 million youth in digital skills. 1 million youth in digital skills. So even people who have dropped out of school, we can train them to have digital skills. And they can sit in Ghana and work in America, work in Canada, with their digital skills. All we need is computers. So I think that job creation, we have done 2 million jobs in 8 years, and I believe we can do much more with the new initiatives that we are coming up with. One major area that I want to reform is to look at the chieftaincy area. Ghana, we've made a mistake since independence. I believe that one of the biggest mistakes we have made is to keep the chieftaincy institution away from government. It's been a big mistake that we have made as a country. I want to change that. I want to draw the chieftaincy institution closer to government. The way I want to do it is to change or to amend Section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. That will give the chiefs a bit more powers. So many cases go to court that can be solved in your palaces. So many. If you have the legal backing to do a lot of it. And I believe that we can give you that legal backing to resolve so many cases in your palace. The second thing that we want to do in the chieftaincy institution is to codify the lines of succession for all the students. So we codify and digitalize it, blockchain it. Nobody can come. Because there are many false claimants to schools, which bring in so many conflicts. Many people who are not actually eligible make claims, sometimes because they have money. But if we codify the lines of succession, then we will be able to reduce chieftaincy conflicts. Then that is it. The third area that I want to reform is land registration. There are a lot of things. Many chiefs have land, but registering is a difficulty because to register your land, you have to pay registration fee, which can be very expensive if you have a large piece of land. So because of that, many lands don't get registered. I want to bring a new policy that says when chiefs come to register land, they can register them for free initially. So we get the registration, we get them in the system. Now later on, if you sell, then we can get our registration fee from the sale that we have made. But we should make sure you register. Every chief should register their land so that there is little room for conflict. If you check who owns this land, you will know that it's for this family or it's for this school or it's for that. We need that we need to remove the disincentive which is in the fees and the land commission. So we waive them for registration of the fee of the land by the chiefs. So you are free to register. And then when you sell, that time you have some money. We can get our fee back at that time. The fourth thing that I want to introduce for the chieftaincy institution, right now, if we want to get the help of the chiefs, we have to resource the chiefs. You can't just get help with empty hands. We have to resource the chiefs. Currently, we only pay paramount chiefs, and it is not much. 1,000 cedis a month. Even petrol to the meeting, it will finish. So what we are advocating in our manifesto is paying the chiefs living wages, with living allowances, not wages. Not only paying paramount chiefs, because that is the institution is not just made of paramount chiefs. To empower the institution, we have to pay paramount chiefs, divisional chiefs, and queen mothers. So those are the three elements. That then you pay them living allowance. Then you can empower them to help government. So these are the areas in the chieftaincy institution that I want us to reform. Section 63 and the other things. The faith-based organizations, the churches, and also the Islamic institutions, I believe that they help government and the country so much. And I want to also draw them closer to government. The churches and the Islamic institutions, look, they build so many schools. They build so many hospitals. For me, if you are looking for development partners, they are our foremost development partners. Foremost. If you take the schools the churches have built out of our system, the system will collapse. So, you look at the same with the Islamic organizations, Madia Secondary School, Ghana Muslim Mission School, so many schools. But we don't incentivize them. Rather, we think our development partners are the people who come from outside Ghana. So for them, when they come to build a school or hospital, they get duty-free to bring in their things. For our churches and mosques, if they want to build a school, they don't have to pay duty. So I'm going to redesignate the churches and the faith-based institutions as development partners. So if we designate them as development partners, they will also get the same benefits that our external development partners, like the diplomatic institutions, are also getting. And that will also help do that. One of the areas that you have heard a lot about is LGBTQ+. That has gone around and created a lot of controversy. Under the Bawumia presidency, that practice can never be tolerated or allowed. It is not part of our religion. Not Christianity, not Islam. It's not allowed in the Bible. It's not allowed in the Quran. It's not allowed by our culture and our values. So till kingdom come, we will never allow it. We will never allow it in terms of practice in this country. And I want you to have the assurance that that is not going to happen. We want to continue to protect the most vulnerable in society. And so persons with disability will go for tertiary university education, tertiary education for free under my government. Persons with disabilities will go for free under my government. There are so many policies that will come out in a few weeks when my manifesto, the manifesto for our party, is outdoor. And we'll go a bit deeper into some of these specific additional policies across several sectors. But I just thought I will let you know what I have in mind in many areas. As we go towards this election, as I said again, we have a choice of two candidates. One who has been president before, we've seen his work, and one who has been vice president. You've also seen my work as vice president. And I believe that, for him, if we are to bring him, it's like you are bringing a second-hand president, isn't it? He has been there, you are bringing him. But for me, I'll be a brand new president. And I'll be the one who will be there to bring new ideas. New ideas. I'm thinking always of new things, how to move this country forward. New ideas, new thinking. And I'll be very consistent. And I believe that where we are as a government, as a country, we need a president who can take this country on a consistent path. I, by the grace of God, will have the opportunity to be president for 8 years. My vision can be fully implemented. He can only be president for 4 years. So after his honeymoon, he will not have much time left. And then we will start looking for a new president. I think right now, let us go and bring consistent policy. We've just recently launched the DRIPS, right? District Road Improvement Program. You've seen every district is going to get road improvement program. We need to continue these sort of policies. And also to do things that help create jobs, reduce the cost of living, help businesses. I believe that if you give me the nod, if you give me your blessing, I can change this country. I really can help people and politics to help. I really care about people. For me, you see me, when I was growing up, I was a member of the Methodist Boys Brigade as a child. Today I'm vice president, I'm a Muslim, I'm a patron of the Methodist Boys Brigade of Ghana. I like togetherness. I'm a patron of Lepers Aid Ghana because I like to work with the lepers because they are the most vulnerable in our society. And I love. So I want to be a president that really solves problems, brings solutions, helps people, helps the poor, helps the vulnerable, and makes Ghana one of the best countries that we can have on the continent. Give me the chance, and I will show you what I can do. Thank you very much. And I want you to help with our parliamentary candidate to work and let us go and make this. Let us make this. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you.
Mi papa nyano wa body wa we he's our own in-law, he's our own person, and therefore we are going to give him the law. Let's give ourselves a plus we support the idea. Let's transform Ghana together. Let's be part of history making for Ghana in NPP. This time around we are saying NPP is possible. It is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, soon and very soon we are bringing our program here to an end. But before we do that, permit me to acknowledge the presence of the Zongo chiefs here, starting one from Dodowa, Zongo. We say you are all welcome. Then from Ramantown, we have them here. Also, the Goba chief is here with us. We say you are all welcome. We also have our Queen Mothers, and our Mamma here and others. They are all here with us. We say the name of the Now, these are also those who are able